Hey everybody, this is What If Deku Had a Dragon Quirk. Yes, I'm still using Insane Monster 199's screen, and he currently has two parts out, so I can't do a part 3 screen. But I'm covering up because I like to walk when I speak about this just right now. Anyway, as all this is happening, the hero cannot continue fighting, but he tries. But when Deku's 8. I'm trying to get back up. Deku's 8. The hero is fighting the evil dude. Well, what he is, but let's resume. The villain is just knocked the pillar, destroyed it, causing the building to collapse in on itself and fall over, and the family started to run out. The villain uses this to run. The hero tries to go and save him, but the hero collapses because of lack of electricity. Now, Deku's power is Deku turns into his dragon, which is 12 feet at this point. He's 8 years old. His dragon form has 12 feet on it, and so y'all know his whiskers are about 2-3 feet. I'm gonna say about 2 feet when he transforms. They typically just kind of like levitate when the dragon stands still, like the body does. And it's not just some hair; it's actual flesh, by the way, that's in them things. They do have somewhat some muscle, but not really anything really. But anyway, Deku goes to him, and he's a foot in diameter, or radius half of a foot, 6 inches. So, he wraps around them. Oh yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself, sorry. I've got to hurry, my cousin's about to be back from school. Anyway, he goes to him, as he's going to him though, because he realizes they're in danger and the hero collapses, the girl gets hit in the head with a piece of rock. The mother and father go to grab her as Deku's coming. They don't know something, but they see the rock and they see the building come down on them. And they think, well, we're all gonna die. They all hold each other. The mother holds their daughter as tight as she can, and the father holds her. Which good thing they did this, because of this, Deku was able to grab them and circle around, wrap around them all. And when he did this, he used his ability to harden up his body to tense up all his muscles, to help keep the rubber from cutting into his flesh. He used the fur. Although he did get a few scratches, because that amount of force did break through some of his fur, it did cut some of it, which is extremely tough. Like he's got some bruising, although that's not anything to worry about right now. But he's got his head, he curls up, but he took his head in there. He realizes the girl is bleeding, and he starts to cry. I'm sorry, are you okay? Are you okay? Trying to ask her. As he's crying, one of his tears, one of his tears actually touch her. And when it hits her, it heals her. She begins to wake up. They all get happy, but they don't have any air left, really. So they all start to, freak out. Well, Deku goes and tries to start lifting it. Thankfully, his dragon form is extremely strong, so it is able to start lifting it. But he's having trouble. His body. The main problem is that rubber he's under, that they're pushed under, is being weighed down by rubber beside it that's laying on it, partially. So he can't really do much. He can't break through it because there's so much of it. Thankfully, there is a super strength hero arriving. That arrives. That hero was trying to come in the first place, but couldn't make it. This hero begins to lift up all the rubber off him, and sees that Deku is bleeding. And the girl is covered in blood too, although they realize the girl is not harmed. And when I say a few scratches, I mean cuts. But he's not, if it wasn't for his fur, he would have had pieces all through his body. He would have been scared. And so would the family. Thankfully, his fur stopped there enough that he only got a few cuts. Although where he got cut was, one of the places was one of his legs. you know, like the shoulder piece of his leg. This. Sorry for the flashlight. Right there. He got a few cuts down there, right there, and one near the end of his tail, which is just, you know, like a furry end. Thankfully, none of these scar really, except for the one on his shoulder. And that's because it actually did a great deal of damage. And he used all his strength crying for her and trying to raise it up. By the time he got done, or by the time they got him out, and he spread out, his shifting has done begun to weaken at that point. So by the time they get out, and once they start getting out, he just begins to turn back to normal. And he's fighting as hard as he can because he's trying to make sure everything's okay. And at that point, he just flops over himself. Hero catches him. The electric hero, because, you know, somebody, because the super strength hero was carrying a battery with him. Because them two are, you know, team. They work under the same company. So he did carry a battery. And he did jolt him with it. He was trying to pull out the rebel too. Anyway, finds out Deku got pretty beat up. He mostly got bruised and everything. But, he gets took to the hospital. And he ends up scarring from the, arm. Thankfully, his fur does cover up the scar usually when he's in dragon form. So that's not a problem about, oh, he won't look as cute and furry, some people might be thinking. But anyway, Deku is, everyone's okay. They realize that he has a that they think he might be using a healing quirk. Because everyone else already knows exactly what their quirk is. But his has been proven to constantly show new abilities. You know, it's evolving kind of. Well, not evolving, it's more like just, you know, like his quirk is coming out bit by bit. New aspects of it. They take him to the hospital after he rests up and heals enough. The girls don't been discharged, but they still come up there every day to check on him. Well, a couple hours after he wakes up and everything, they begin to run tests. And by the time around the end of time, right before he ends on his testing, they're testing him. The Juro, which was the girl he saved, and her parents come inside. And they realize this, and he comes out just a couple minutes later. And he has been proven to have a healing quirk. And they have even worked on it to a point where it can heal, as long as they still have the limb. As long as he has his, as long as they still have the limb, he can almost completely repair it. Although his power is still very weak, and it took everything out of him. And because of this, as soon as by the time he walked out, he could barely stand. And this is because the person they was trying to get him to heal was somebody who had a mangled arm. And they told him just to heal what he could, try to heal the bones. Well, he pushed it a little farther, healed the bones completely, and healed most of the arm where they could use it, and it would work. Although it did scar, it was going to scar a lot. But he nearly passed out from him. When he walks out, she says hi, and as she does, then he passes out and she catches him. Well, I'm going to pause it there because of all this. So yeah, he's 8 years old, and let's say it's been about a week since he went to the hospital, but never mind. He's just 8 years old. That happened. He just passed out, fell into our arms and everything. So that's, oh yeah, actually that's it. Bakugo and Froppy aren't there. They're both at home. Their homes. So, please like and subscribe, and see y'all next time. Comment, wait, I done said that. Anyway, well, take care.